Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. I guess I'm feeling singy today. I'm singy again. It's fine. Fine. But is it? So today, Gate 7 that Miss Reemy Healings invited me to help her with, to channel with. It's going to be premiering in approximately an hour and 13-ish minutes from the start of the recording of this video. And I went for a walk today because I've been feeling like it. I've been knowing that I need to like get out and move. But I've had the legitimate excuse that like it's been hot. And so I woke up with a legitimate excuse, a legitimate solution of going before the sun comes out. So it was nice. I was afraid I'd get lost. I didn't. I'm here. I took myself. It was interesting. So I had cataracts my vision was pretty not great for a while. And I just renewed my license. So I took myself and it was nice. It was chill. Like I know how to drive. And I can see. So but while I was out there, I was like, oh, I should like go live and do that angel thing that I started yesterday, but I had to stop. And then when I was walking back, or I guess on my walk, because since I left the car, I was walking back to the car. I was just taking a very long way of sort of going about it. I was going to go, there was a little roundabout or a little circle thing, and I was going to go left, but I saw the stone angel off to the side. I was like, oh, I'll go on the path of the angel. And so I guess for me, it just reinforced that I'm going to do this before the premiere. So we'll see what comes out today. Yesterday was all about protection. I have a little bit of a headache. I thought that I was going to talk about something else, but I forgot what it was. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm ready to shower. It's fine. Okay, this is good. So I'm going to be using the 72 Shem Angel correspondence to the ace through the 9 of the suits of the minor arcana, upright and in reverse. 36 times 2 is 72. 4 times 9 is 36. To get sort of like the biggin. And then I'm going to use the Angel Tarot to come in and sort of clarify in a way. So I just pulled up the document. And let's see what comes out. So who do we have for today? Or for whenever this comes across someone's feed and they decide to watch it. Also, I'm like almost at 200 subscribers. And I was just almost at 100. Like, what's happening? Things are getting so fast. I was talking to Reem and Corey last night, and then Reem went to sleep because it was like late. And then I was talking to Corey last night, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm like ready for a relationship and stuff, you know? Because it's like, I don't know. I'm ready to. Oh! Woo! And then literally as soon as I get off the call, someone, I don't want to say who, sent me a message with like these eye emojis. I'm like, what's up? And they're like, I just got pinged to introduce you to somebody. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? And like, I was just so, like, my mind was so blown. Like, it was like 3:33 when I got off the call with Corey. I've been seeing 3:33 all over the place. And then I got that message. Hey, happy belated birthday, Corey. Happy belated birthday. Yeah. Hi, Ariel. And I was like, I was just talking about like being ready. And then as soon as I get off the call, I get that message. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm not ready. I was like, it's time for me to practice what I preach. It's time for me to eat my words. It's time for me to eat my own soup, as Corey says. Um, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to be a resistant cog in my own life, standing in the way of the things that I want. So if I freak out a little bit, I freak out a little bit, but I keep going. Reem, hey. And it's so funny because the card that came out is the Two of Raphael in reverse. I'm like, wait. Honestly, I'm probably just going to mod everybody. I don't mind having a chat full of blue people. It's thundering already? What? You graduated to blue. Aw. Hey, Soul Explorer. I'm going to give this 2 more. If nothing else comes out, then it's not meant to. Oh, wow. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Lauaya? Eve, hey. I'm watching the Elven readings upload, and I'm waiting till, like, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to Taurus. In a 3D work meeting, aw. You've been in stormy weather all week. Yeah, I think it's the monsoons. Kizzy K, hey. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kizzy Cat. Remus, I could be there. I'm like, I'll be in Miss Remy Healings, breaking down Gate 7, breaking through Gate 7, breaking open Gate 7. At 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. Central, and other times. Oh, wow. Taurus is Thursday morning. What's Thursday? So Lauaya, the exalted god, is at the bottom of the deck. And it's number 11. Master number 11. And it's the King of Swords. Victory grants victory. He grants victory and protection from fighting. Lightning grants protection from lightning. What? And Ariel is like, it's monsoon season. And I was like, stay safe. Grants protection from lightning. Thor has no power here. Your power does not work here, Thor. Lauaya said, I don't think so. Break through to the other side. Oh, thank you, Kizzy Cat. It does, doesn't it? It's almost like that naked baby on a horse, but it's naked baby with the torch and a sword. Oof. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The card that came out is the Ace of Swords, Umabel, and it's God above all names elevated. This is affinity and friendship. Obtain the friendship of anyone. So we have the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords energy. We have the first card and the last card in the Suit of Swords. Thor is pretty cool. I'm glad that I was educated on the growth of Thor's character, because I feel like all of the myth I read of Thor was early Thor, where he was kind of sort of like short-tempered and just raw. And I'm like, okay, dude, calm down. Oh my gosh, is this Gate 7? A little bit, in a way. Because this offers friendship to anyone, protection from lightning. Okay. I read fighting, protection from fighting. But let's see. Let's see what Umabel has to say. And then the Five of Swords is under this King of Swords, and it's Yahel, God the highest being, desire to know, the acquisition of wisdom. So here's the King of Swords sort of sitting above the Five of Swords. And this friendship that we're this is very much so gate 7. It's very much so gate 7. Friendship with anyone, victory, and the acquisition of wisdom. When we bring all the pieces together. Hey Amy, how you doing today? How's everyone doing today? Okay, let me get into this. I'm like singing and humming and whistling today. So if you don't like it, leave. Because it's going to continue and I'm not going to feel bad about it. So this one is why. Why is interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Reem. Yeah, it's still what, like, because it's 10 here, which means it's like 5:30 in the morning there, Ariel. Okay, Corey, don't encourage me. So, yeah, is the Two of Cups in reverse. The Sephira it's ruled by is Chokhmah, or Chokhmah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Venus in Cancer, Decan rulership of Mars, ruled by Archangel Zaphkiel. And it's interesting that it's Chokmah because Chokmah is right eye wisdom, I think. And Bina is left eye knowledge, maybe. But Chokmah is associated with wisdom. Oh, the right eye! I had a dream about the right eye. I just shared it. No, it's not the Willy Wonka song. Oh, thank you, Soul Explorer. Left Eye Lopez, rest in peace. Oh, I didn't even read it. So we're in the realm of wisdom anyway. I feel like these are relevant. There's a wisdom here, and it's very gate 7. There's a wisdom here in knowing that the only way, and LB talked about it too when she did the fallacy of feminism video. The only way forward is together. And if we're not united in whatever we pursue, especially if it's related to living, then it's like it inherently breeds spaces for things to fall apart. So we have 11, 61, and 62. Oh, I thought it was just gonna. Okay, well, my lights do that sometimes. If you're new here, it happens. You feel like you lived a gate 7 distortion you carried yesterday. Like the gate brought it up to clear. Hey, Virg, how's it going? Why the sad face? What's up? I think so too, which is why I'm really glad that we got to talk or whatever. Happy belated birthday, Corey. So let's see what Yeah is about. Yeah. The right hand. What? The right hand, patron of fame and fortune and commerce, angel for helping attain profit and prosperity in business, though advocates strongly for philanthropy as well. Yael is sympathetic to the hardworking small business and the honest entrepreneur of good faith. Did I talk about that? Was that in gate 7 that I talked about that? It might have been. Oh, you're in a hurry. Okay. Hey, Denise. I'm glad to see you too. Oh, y'all make me feel so special. It was this energy of like how you can be an entrepreneur of good faith, of good ethics, of good morale, how you don't have to be like seedy and shady, how you don't have to work against other people or take from other people to advance. It's very much this energy again. What? Oh, snap. I'm like, personal reading? What? Oh, Woga's what? I still got content to catch up on. It's fine. And again, it's this energy of like, we only get there together. So Umabel is here, which is affinity and friendship. Attain the friendship of anyone. Sometimes these, I'm like, what is this? Let's see, number 11. Oh, Umabel is 61. Did I just find a typo? It's like this is Umabel, right? But the pronunciation is for Mehiel. Like, am I tripping? I mean, typos are possible. I got a headache. You're totally moving through those gates. Hey. Mm. We could all use a little help from our friends. So this Umabel is in the sphere of archangels. It's Psalms 113 and 2. Blessed be the name of the Lord for this time forth and for every. Blessed be the name of the Lord for this time. Oh my gosh, I can't read today. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. So the person born under Umabel will love travel and all honest pleasures. They will have a sensitive heart, and love will cause them grief. We're going to get over that love will cause them grief thing. Umabel can obtain anyone's friendship and rules over astronomy and physics. And I feel like, oops, okay. So Umabel is your soul guardian if you're born from 8 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. Your moral guardian for those born on the 19th of May, 30th of July, 10th of October, 21st of December, or the 3rd of March. And it's the physical guardian for those born from the 14th to the 18th of January. It's interesting that 8 to 8:20 p.m. comes out today because yesterday 8 to 8:20 a.m. came out. There's this energy here with Umabel. You just felt heart chakra prickles? Wait. There's this energy, it's like the astrology and the physics. Because of astrology and physics, and because it's said that Umabel can get along with anyone, there's an energy here of actually getting to know someone or getting to know someone on a deep level. And it isn't reading somebody's chart necessarily. It's again, it's taking the time to get to know them and all of, if not many of, their seasons and aspects. And I feel like there's also a wisdom in that. It's a wisdom in knowing that if there's a disagreeable side of someone that we meet, that there's probably a more agreeable side somewhere in the equation. Right. I think the danger here, though, because it said that those born under Umabel are doomed to suffer grief from love or something. Hold on, I'll read it again. The person born under Umabel will love travel and all honest pleasures. They will have a sensitive heart, and love will cause them grief. There is an energy here, maybe of being too understanding, are too sympathetic. And I feel like that's where the Five of Swords and the King of Swords energy comes in. It's this energy of like knowing when you need to set up your boundaries. And that also came out. There's also a protector energy in this. And it reminds me of that live again. And we referenced it in Gate 7. It's who we fight for, who we do what we do for, right? Because he's like standing guard protecting someone. And Umabel, it's not that he doesn't know how to fight, but it feels like Umabel would rather love. But he can take up the sword when he needs to. Hey, LB. Good morning. And with the Two of Cups in reverse energy, again, it's an energy of like, it's not necessarily not fighting everyone else's battles, but in a way it kind of is. This is interesting. And then the business here thing is here. And it did say that a lover of all honest pleasures. And it was like, what was it? Sympathetic to the hardworking small business and the honest entrepreneur of good faith. I feel like I need to read these other two now. Iahel. So I guess that's how you pronounce this one. Iahel. Again, in the sphere of Archangel, Psalms 119 and 159. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Okay. Those born under Iahel will have tranquility and solitude. They will precisely fulfill their duties and will be distinguished by their modesty and virtues. Iahel serves to acquire wisdom and rules over philosophers and enlightened individuals. So this one rules under philosophers and enlightened individuals. This one talks about astrology and physics, astronomy and physics. Oh, yeah. And then let's see what Lauya, I don't know, is about. These are like, these are not necessarily straightforward. They are, but they hold more. Oh, cherubim. That makes sense. The Lord liveth and bless. Hold up. I'm going to switch glasses to make these easier to read. Oof. Can't read the comments now, though. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. Those born under this angel's influence will become a great person, learned and celebrated for their personal talents. Lauvia governs renown, protects against lightning, and delivers victory. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a layer to this, right? I can't read it, but because of what I just see, governs renown. This one governs renown, and then the other two, it's something about like fair practice. Distinguished for modesty and virtues, governs renown. And then the one who can obtain anyone's friendship. Again, with this energy of the honest entrepreneur of good faith. And for some reason, it reminds me of when I was live with Corey. And there was an energy of a monopolized sort of spirituality or something like that. And what it was feeling like in order to obtain enlightenment, you must do this, and this. In order to be awakened, you must be this, and this. To be woke, to be whatever. And it's not necessarily about those who make a living in that sphere. It's more about how sometimes we can be so convinced that we have to do and be certain things in order to be awakened or enlightened. And I'm pretty sure it was Iahel, right? That ruled over like the enlightened people. And I feel like there's this energy here of like everything is our spiritual business. And someone asked about Luminous Warriors yesterday when I was live with Reem on her channel. Like, do Luminous Warriors fight Luminous Wars? And so there's this energy here about bringing light into all that we do. We don't necessarily like, even with the energy clothing of shifting experiences. Even when we take on other roles and even when we take on other aspects, even when we do other duties, even when we're not wherever, we still are who we are. Yeah. And that's something that Reem actually, we talked about in Gate 7 too, about the expectations of what the journey would be. And in some ways, it is an entrepreneur not in good faith that would market and advertise something as one thing just to lure people in. Now, I'm not saying that y'all spirit guides and spirit is of not good faith because they carrot on the stick. That's not what I'm saying. But for a person, I guess, who would know the state that a person is in and who would take advantage of that state and to profit off of that, it's almost like it's no different than some of the other stuff. But it's an energy, right? It almost doesn't matter what sector you go in. People are going to be people all over. And so we have to be who we are all over. I don't know. Oh, come on. I'm trying not to make this too long because you got to go. But I will pull one of these year two angels. It's this energy that it's like let your light so shine wherever you go. It's about being a beacon, being a lighthouse in the world. It's about, again, wherever you go, your light shines. Satario, angel of deception. Oh my gosh. While Semyaza created the flax of truth, I'll try to do it this way so you can see it. While Semyaza created the flax of truth, Satario would spin it into thread and weave it into the very reality around him. He was entrancing. The patterns of his wings would flex and flow with his impersonations, making his performances irresistible to watch. When he was stabbed through the heart, no one had any idea what had really happened. His death was met with applause for its realism. So there's a boy who cried wolf energy here. But I think it's also this thing of like sometimes we can pretend to be something for so long, or sometimes we can be so used to and accustomed to being outside of the truth of who we are that we forget. And it feels like we're born with this knowing. Every moment we come into, we check resonance every moment. And we decide whether or not to engage with it. Sometimes we do things that we know we shouldn't do, right? And it's not necessarily bad. It's like, if I eat this, I'm going to feel bad, but I want it. So I'm going to eat it. And then you feel bad and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten it. But it's like over time, we kind of sort of forget. It's like we make enough choices that we get stuck in the habit. We get stuck in the habit and pattern because that resonance it's always true, no matter how long we do something. But the more we do it, the easier it is to sort of justify it to continue to fall into it. And there's also this energy because I'm like, how does business tie into this? It feels like everything is our business because we're constantly also exchanging, right? We exchange energy with people when we have conversations, when we work together, or whatever. There's an exchange in that. And again, it's an energy of an honest exchange. This is an energy, there's a tie, there's a thread of authenticity that goes back to gate 7 as well. Because when we show up in our fullness and when we show up in our authenticity, we grant other people the opportunity to meet us in the same. And then when there's an energy of deepening that goes back to the astronomy and the physics. So astronomy is not astrology, but even with astronomy and physics, there are forces, right? The sun exerts a gravitational pull on the earth, and the earth exerts a gravitational pull on the sun. And it's the balancing of those two gravitational forces that keeps us in our orbit in this solar system sweet spot almost for life to flourish. If the sun were any less bright or any more bright, either we would freeze or we would burn up. If the earth played any smaller or any grander, then it would shift us out of our orbit. And so there's this sweet spot energy. And I remember I was watching when Cindy came back, Awakening the Spirit, and she was talking about Jupiter. It reminded me of physics. Oh gosh. I feel like physics, when I took it, it was so hard for me to understand. Even though it made sense, it was hard. But after it, I was like, oh, I get it. And it's like everything exerts a gravitational force. And that gravitational force extends infinitely. But there comes a certain point where it doesn't really have much of an effect. Right? And all forces are sort of like they go both ways. If we're standing next to each other, there's a gravitational effect I have on you and a gravitational effect that you have on me. And then we find this distance where we can find a resonance between us, right? But again, it's this energy of those forces can't be balanced, and the life giving whatever the balancing of those forces nurtures can't happen if we're not being all of who we are. And so Umabel again has this understanding that there's a lot more to people than meets the eye. Umabel has this understanding that sometimes we go through stuff, so we may not be the best version of ourselves that day. But it's this energy again of Umabel also needs to learn, for those born under Umabel, that love causes grief. Umabel needs to learn when to put more distance there, because it feels like Umabel is always bringing things close, but not every object has a gravitational pull big enough to be that close to Umabel and not be consumed. We weeble and wobble. Exactly. Hey, Holly. And that was the thing about Jupiter. As it was moving closer and closer to Earth, it was like pulling all of these little bodies in. Maybe that's why Jupiter got like 50 billion moons. And they're still discovering new moons of Jupiter. But then Saturn came in, and Saturn had a pull strong enough to match Jupiter to keep them locked so that the inner planets are safe from becoming moons. And so now, Jupiter was able to find this sweet spot in the solar system with the sun and all of the other planets, right? Because Saturn was there in the back. And so that's that energy of like needing those healthy boundaries. That's where Saturn comes in. It's like, I know you want to expand. I know you have a big heart, but this situation would not be good for you. This is someone who would just take and take and take and take because that's where they are right now. And they will take from you until you burn out, and they will never be whatever. And you don't have to condemn them. You don't have to do whatever. Just understand that this is where they are right now. And if you don't want to be super depleted, then you may want to establish a healthy boundary and put some space between you two. Okay, Reem. See you at the premiere. And I'm like, yeah, it's in like half an hour. I'm done. But that's what this is. And so there's also an energy here with Satario now, where it's like when we try to convince ourselves that we're okay with things that we're not okay with. Because again, we always feel that resonance. It's like, I shouldn't be treated like this. I should be treated better. I should be this. I should be that. But we excuse it in the moment. And it's that constant excusing of things that we know that we don't deserve that leads to the grief and love. Oh, gosh. It took a while to get there. That's kind of heavy. I feel like it's a gift, though. It's a gift to be able to befriend anyone. But again, we need to practice wisdom in that. And that feels like a pretty good place to end this. So I'll be in Miss Remy Healings for the premiere of Gate 7. I'm just like, at this point, when we filmed it, it was like, it's like I was there with Reem, right? Because I was there with Reem, and it was fine. Even when like I'm in other places, it's still fine. But it's just like, what? Like, what is happening? I'm just, I release my resistance as best I can, and I show up and I do whatever. And it's been working. And I found myself even less resistant and more able to be open and stuff like that. So, anyway. I will catch you at the premiere if you choose to join us. If not, I'll catch you whenever I see you. Thank you all for being here. This was a ride, but I think we got there by the end. I hope you have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you have a better one soon. I hope that you're acting in alignment to bring all that you wish to experience into your reality. And I hope that whatever you need along your way, along your journey, along your path, that you find it, whatever it is that you need. And also, I hope that you find some people that can sort of be there too. It's been my path. It's been my experience of the journey that it doesn't have to be lonely. Because I started my journey at the same time as one of my best friends, my journey buddy, and like we're still best friends, right? And we still continue, even though our journeys are like different, we can honor each other and hold space for each other. So I hope that y'all find the same as well, because I hear a lot of people say that the journey is lonely. So, I mean, not to say that, there haven't been people who've come in and out of my experience at all, but it's just proven to me that it doesn't have to be. Like, I don't have to do it alone. So, and now it's being proven even more that I don't have to be, because you're all here. So, thank you. And I'll see you soon.